Day 9 is here, and today we are going to talk all about fueling your mind.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see.
So we are on day 9 of the Thankfulness for 30 challenge, and I feel like we've covered a lot of ground so far in the prior 8 days, and today is going to be no different. I hope that we make more strides and you see more the importance that comes with fueling your mind. So we all know that if you fuel your body well, you're gonna feel better. If you're consuming more nutrients, more vegetables, more fruits, more lean meats, like if you're consuming more foods that are meant to go in your body, that are meant to help your body run well, you're going to feel better. It's no different than putting gas in a car. A car needs gas. If you put diesel in it, it's not gonna work well if it's a car that needs gas. But if you put gas in that car, it's going to run as it should. The same thing goes for our minds. So today we're going to talk about some ways that you can be fueling your mind. And if you think about it, we're going to kind of piggyback off of yesterday where we were talking about consuming less social media. Even though there is value to be found on social media, there are some incredible platforms, some incredible corners of the internet where you can find some really great value. But for the most part, a lot of negativity stems from social media. So instead of social media, I'm going to encourage you today to find some ways to fuel your mind that are off of social media. So let's talk through some of those. Obviously, one of the great ways that you could do this is through reading your Bible, doing some sort of a devotional that kind of helps you read through your Bible if you're someone who doesn't feel super confident about that. You know, devotionals are really good about breaking things down. I have always loved devotionals, especially on my journey, because they help me understand things that if I just were to read the Bible straight up, I may not understand it, or likely wouldn't understand it near as in depth as I do when I have a devotional that kind of walks me through that. Same thing goes for church. When I go to church and my pastor explains something and pulls different verses from the Bible, I can put way more meaning to those verses that he's pulled because he's explained them to me. He's given me examples. So church is another great way that I do this. Some things that are non-faith-based that you can focus on could be reading personal development books. I have all kinds of personal development books in here. I have 3 shelves here, a shelf back there, and I have multiple audiobooks on my phone. I do use the Audible app to listen to audiobooks, and that has been a great resource for me whenever I'm driving to work, whenever I'm driving home from work, if I'm driving long distances, whatever that might look like. Audible has been an awesome resource to have to be able to listen to those books when I don't always have the opportunity to read them. Another option would be podcasts. Podcasts are out there and are so great. You can search nearly any type of podcast and find it. And then of course, another option is going to be right here on YouTube. That's kind of what this is. This Thankful for 30 challenge is me coming to you, sharing what I know just as another person to person, sharing some things that have really helped me, continue to help me, and that could maybe help you. By consuming these sorts of things, you are able to literally work on your mindset. You are able to literally fuel your mindset. You know, these videos for this Thankful for 30 challenge have been anywhere from like 6 to 8 minutes. And that's 6 to 8 minutes where you have been hopefully taking in what I'm sharing and really applying it to your own life and how your life can be improved by actions you can take, by tasks that you could do, by habit trackers that you can complete versus 6 to 8 minutes scrolling social media that might not bring you any value at all. Right? So my hope is that when you get done watching one of these videos, you feel excited, energetic, and inspired to go on and to do the things that we talked about in the video, but also just to build confidence and believe that you can do this too, because I'm just a regular Joe next door, that is creating these videos and sharing with you. And if I can do this, you can do this. I am nothing special. I am just a person that's coming to you, sharing what I've learned and hoping that I could bring some value to your life, right? But a lot of times, I know for me at least, when I'm on social media, I don't often walk away from that feeling near as full or fueled as I do when I listen to a podcast episode, or I watch a YouTube video, or I read 6 to 8 minutes worth of a book or listen to an audiobook. I always walk away from those sorts of situations feeling so much better, so much more empowered, so much more confident and excited and energetic to work towards my goals, to achieve the habits in the habit tracker that I completed, like those sorts of things. And so really noticing and paying attention to how your mind feels when you do certain things is going to really help you know where you need to go. Now, maybe you have some social media platforms that you follow that are super encouraging. So I'm not taking away from that. They are absolutely out there, and I want you to keep having that. But I want you just to pay attention to that. Be mindful to what you're consuming. Just like we talked about in yesterday's video, a lot of times we're consuming things that actually don't bring us anything. They don't give us any value. And not that everything has to, it absolutely doesn't. But when we are on the road to achieving our goals and to being more thankful for the life that we live now, when you can focus on fueling your mind in a way that's going to support that versus consuming social media that often leaves us in this comparison mindset, you're going to be way better off. The whole point of this Thankful for 30 challenge is to be thankful, is to feel gratitude towards the life that we already have, not to be wishing to have somebody else's life, not to be comparing what we have to what other people have. You have so much good in your life right now. And the whole point of this is for you to recognize that and to appreciate that. So by fueling your mind with other things that can make you realize that and feel that, that is the goal. So today, your task is to find some of those things. If you have questions, please let me know. But I have all of them across the board. I do anything from the faith-based stuff to the non-faith-based stuff, and they all serve me in some way or another. That's why on my personal habit tracker, I have reading fiction definitely helps me. Doing my Bible and devotional time definitely helps me. And doing my 10 minutes of personal development and mindset also helps me. Those are 3 different things that are helping me get away from consuming so much social media and helping me focus on things that actually fuel my mind. Now, fiction is truly just for joy, but it brings me joy, right? It brings me joy. That's the point. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate feeling joy towards an act that I can do. So these other 2, the Bible time and then that personal development time, sure, those are a bit more purposeful and aren't necessarily just joyful, but they also bring me joy. I like feeling energetic. I like feeling excited and ready to work towards my goals. I like being in that mindset. So I want to do more of the things that are going to get me in that mindset versus things that don't. So let me know what personal development or way that you are going to be fueling your mind in the comments below. I would love to know. And that way we can share the wealth with each other and have some ideas maybe that we can pull from one another. So thanks for being here, and I will see you tomorrow for our next video in this Thankful for 30 challenge. See ya.